Believe it or not, when someone doesn't call or message you for a long time, it's not always about you or what you might think it is. Sometimes, the silence holds deeper meaning, reflecting their own life circumstances rather than your value. If you've ever found yourself questioning why someone close to you has gone quiet, this video will offer insights on what that silence could truly mean from a Stoic perspective. Welcome to Stoic Elixir. In today's video, we'll explore the Stoic philosophy behind dealing with silence, looking into the hidden reasons people go silent, and how to respond with wisdom and inner strength. When someone doesn't reach out for a long time, it's natural to feel uncertainty or doubt. But Stoicism encourages us to take a step back, to evaluate the situation calmly, rather than letting our emotions lead. Stoics teach us that we should accept what we cannot control, other people's behavior, including when they choose to remain silent. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When you encounter silence, instead of dwelling on the potential rejection, reflect on how you interpret and react to it. After all, our responses are the only things within our control. Often, our immediate assumption is that silence means indifference, or that we've somehow failed in the relationship. But this rush to judgment clouds our vision. The silence might be saying more about what the other person is going through than about us. People experience personal challenges, responsibilities, and emotional struggles that can prevent them from reaching out. If we allow these initial reactions of self-doubt or hurt to take control, we end up on an emotional roller coaster driven by assumptions. Instead of letting their absence fill you with negativity, use it as a chance to practice self-reflection. The silence can be an invitation to focus on yourself, to become comfortable with your own company, and to strengthen your sense of independence. Marcus Aurelius, in his Reflections, advised, "Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are." When someone pulls away, rather than dwelling on why they might be absent, think of it as a chance to be grateful for your own stability, to grow resilient in the face of life's uncertainties. Sometimes, people pull back because they're overwhelmed by life or dealing with heavy emotional burdens. Silence doesn't always mean they've stopped caring. Often, it means they're navigating struggles you may not see. For instance, they may be experiencing stress, anxiety, or even depression, making it difficult for them to maintain connections. So, the silence may be a sign that they need space to process these emotions. Rather than assuming they've forgotten you, consider that they may need time to heal or work through their challenges alone. And if that's the case, isn't it kind to give them the grace to do so? On the other hand, consistent silence can also indicate a shift in priorities. People change, relationships evolve, and sometimes people simply grow apart. Stoic wisdom encourages us to accept the fluid nature of human connections, valuing relationships for the time they serve us, and letting go when the season has passed. Seneca once observed, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." If someone's absence becomes a pattern, it may be a sign that their priorities have changed, and they no longer value the relationship in the same way. Recognizing this doesn't mean you need to harbor resentment or hurt. It's simply a sign to let them go with peace. One of the greatest lessons Stoicism teaches is the concept of letting go. Rather than clinging to people who aren't prioritizing you, focus on nurturing your own growth. If someone has chosen silence, respect it. Chase neither explanations nor apologies. Their silence speaks for itself, and chasing after them only gives away your power. As Epictetus put it, if someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation. When you let go of the need to understand why they went silent, you free yourself from being dependent on their actions. If you choose to honor the Stoic path, then silence becomes a test of patience and acceptance. Patience teaches us to wait without pressing, to see if this person might eventually reconnect. Acceptance teaches us to find peace regardless of the outcome. In many ways, silence is a teacher inviting us to cultivate resilience, self-respect, and contentment within ourselves. In life, we encounter various forms of silence, sometimes from loved ones, sometimes from the world at large. Stoicism teaches us to bear these silences with grace, to see them as opportunities to deepen our own inner strength and patience. Instead of constantly seeking validation from others, focus on self-growth. Ask yourself, how can I become someone who remains undisturbed by others' choices? This question reflects a fundamental Stoic value, building inner tranquility. When you base your peace on someone else's presence, you give them control over your emotions. Marcus Aurelius counsels, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Cultivate thoughts that don't require anyone else's validation or approval. In the silence, you have an opportunity to embrace solitude as a gift. The great Stoic thinkers advocated the power of solitude, seeing it as a way to deepen self-knowledge and cultivate independence. Spending time with yourself, truly understanding who you are without external influences, is empowering. It allows you to become self-sufficient, creating a foundation of inner peace that's independent of others' actions. The Stoic approach to solitude teaches us that we are complete as we are, without needing constant affirmation from others. Their absence isn't a loss. It's a chance to connect with the best company you can have, yourself. If, after the silence, the person reaches out, embrace their return calmly and without resentment. The silence may have been something they needed to process their own challenges, and now they're ready to reconnect. Let their return be a reminder that everyone is fighting unseen battles. Forgive, welcome them with kindness, but don't rely on them for your sense of self-worth. If they don't return, it's their choice and a sign that their chapter in your life has ended. In both outcomes, you win because you've learned to navigate the silence with wisdom. When you stop depending on others for affirmation, you reclaim your own power. Instead of wondering if they care, ask yourself, do I care about my well-being enough to not let others' actions dictate my peace? This Stoic mindset empowers you to walk through life with self-confidence, regardless of who is or isn't there. The journey of Stoicism is about finding value within yourself, realizing that your worth doesn't hinge on someone else's attention or validation. Each moment of silence becomes an opportunity to practice this strength, to see yourself as whole and unshaken by the comings and goings of others. In the end, silence isn't an enemy, it's a lesson. It encourages us to look inward, to find peace within ourselves, rather than searching for it in others. When someone stops calling or messaging, don't rush to fill the void with fear or insecurity. Instead, see it as a chance to practice patience, to reflect on your own growth, and to become more resilient. Embrace the silence, for it is in these quiet moments that true Stoic wisdom is born. Thank you for watching Stoic Elixir. If you found this message meaningful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Remember, your strength lies within.